All the ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out.
So if you're asking what is Motherhood is Magical, Motherhood is Magical is a blog that I started to express my feelings about motherhood and the journey of motherhood and what it means to me and the joys, the hard days, the hard times, my journey of coming into motherhood. So it started off as a blog. As a few months have gone by, I wanted to expand that and kind of create a conversation among mothers, whether you're single, married, divorced, and just really talk about the things that are important to us to remove the stigma of moms always being stressed or, struggling or anything like that, especially as a single mom. Because I'm a single mom, I have a special place in my heart for this conversation because we're not all stressed, we're not all unhappy, we're not all struggling. We are actually just moms who learn to make something out of nothing, and we are moms who enjoy life and embrace this journey as a mother and love our kids and do whatever we have to do for our kids. So I invite you to follow along this journey with me as we talk about the magical experience of being a mom, and I hope you continue to follow along. So you touched on a little bit about, going to church and things like that with your boyfriend. How important, or how should I word this? So how do you incorporate your faith, or how important is your faith to you? How does it carry you through motherhood? I know we see a lot of things now in different religions, and people are, it's like almost like a fad now that people are questioning a lot of things as far as God and religion. How is that important to you? How do you make that priority? How do you teach your kids? Like, what approach do you take? Do you make them go to church? Do you work with them at home? Like, how do you incorporate your faith in your journey as a mother?
My kids definitely, we go to church, and they are scared of God. I use it with everything. I say, you are letting the devil use you. God doesn't like that. And one day, I told my daughter, I was like, she did something, and you can tell when your kid's trying to fit and stuff. So I was like, so are you going to tell me the truth? I told you the truth, Mom. And I'm like, if I go and talk to God and God tells me that you didn't tell me the truth, I'm going to let the devil use me in his belt. And she was like, but did God see me? God sees everything.
Yes.
But he's not here. But I use it. Like, I grew up in the church. I strayed away for a little bit. I'm back. My kids are in. My man is slowly
example. You see me pray, you see me go to church, you see those things are going to be instilled in them if you show them, that that's what we do. That's all you know. And like you said, even if you stray, you're going to come back because that's where you are. That's what's in your heart. Plant that seed early and just.
And you trust God to just take them through.
That's the easy part. As long as you trust Him, and you just gotta trust Him. You gotta let it go. A lot of my worries, a lot of my stress when it comes to motherhood, I just pray and I release it.
You have to.
If you're holding on to it,
you're not trusting Him.
Exactly.
I think that prayer and the Lord is what really got me through the hard times of my single motherhood. The first initial, oh my God, I'm a single mom. Two kids, a 2-week-old baby and a 3-year-old. What am I gonna do? But I feel like I really, like you said, I prayed and I let go, and things got hard, of course. But I know that there was no way on God's green earth that I would have gotten out of those situations without prayer. Because it's like you'll look back and you're like, dang, how that happened? How did I get over that hurdle? I know it was just really, honestly, just being a believer and having the faith.
Because the things that you were praying for then, you look back and you're like, wow, I have the things that I was praying for then. And like you said, when it kind of hits you that, wow, I'm a single mom, you pray and you dig deeper. And I remember like what kind of took me through was Jeremiah 29:11. It was just so, that scripture literally like took me through life. Like my 7 year, Chan 7 now, 7 years, like, for I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you, plans not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. And as long as you have that hope, like, you're going to make it. Long as there's going to be discouraging days, discouraging times, and things are not going to go your way. But it's just like, I always remember, like, there's hope. Like, and as long as you believe and you pray and ask God, I believe that's a testament of your faith that He's going to give. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I know it's going to happen because I trust in you. So, to answer my own question, faith is a big part of me and my daughter's life. I'm not saying that we do everything perfectly, but I make sure that she goes to church, make sure that she's involved, and, instilling that in her early, like it was instilled in me early. I know that that's always going to be in her heart, and she's always going to know where her help comes from. So it's important in our lives, for sure.
Like you say, Robin, I think it's important for you to provide an example. Like, I pray out loud in front of my children in the car. My daughter would be like, "Mommy, woo, that was a good one." That was a good prayer. Because sometimes your prayers are different according to
and you get lost in it.
You get lost in it. You really do. And I think that, like we say, it's very important to train up a child.
Even my daughter now, she's like, "Oh, Jesus don't like that."
Right.
But ain't that right, Mommy? Jesus don't like that.
And then the big question to ask yourself when you are having those times is, what am I lacking? What are you really lacking? You are not really lacking anything. And you can always find something to be appreciative about. That's what I make sure I instill in my children. You can always find something, even when you're down in your slumps. And I think that God, He is always 20 steps ahead of you. I wasn't married when I had my children, but God gave me my children right when I needed them. I was pregnant with my son when I was losing my mother or whatever, in the bed with her while she was dying, but I had life inside of me, and I just feel like God,
He knew you needed that to get through it.
That I needed my son so bad, and then I guess He must have thought I needed another one. I had another one a year later, but they fill me up so much. They really do. They provide so much joy into your life, and
that's so true. God really gives you kids to turn your life around.
And that's my push.
When I got pregnant with my daughter, I was 20. I was sophomore in college, and I was buck wild. I was like really living the college life down in Montgomery. But I once I had her, it was like something just clicked and things completely changed. And then I look at the people that I hung out with back then, I'm like, well, how are you still in the same place? So I feel like she was really the thing that really put me on the path to where I am now. Of course, I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I feel like I've come a long way from because of her and because of the timing that she came into my life.
Same with me. I was 21 when I got pregnant. I had her at 20. I was pregnant, 21. Anyways, I was just getting accepted into nursing school, and it was a big motivator for me to push through. It's like, I gotta get this now. I got a child coming. I just got up off my butt, and I've just been working hard ever since.
And that brings me to the next thing I was going to bring up is what motivates you, like in your endeavors and in your future plans to keep pushing, because like we say, motherhood is hard, but what pushes you to keep striving, keep going after that business idea, keep going for all the opportunities that you can do, but it's hard. You may not see the money, you may not see the path in which you want to take, but what motivates you to get there?
These children. I've just always been really future oriented, and not even just my life now. I got 3 lives to think about, and what I want to leave them, what I want to show them. I feel like I've accomplished a lot, as a young mother, and a lot on my own. And I just want to instill that in them, and I just want them to be better than me. So I want their futures to be better than me. Like, that's what pushes me.
Good, yeah.
And to know that even though a situation is hard, you can make it whatever you want. You know, you can you can overcome anything in life, really, if you just go for it, you know. That's all you can do in life.
Exactly.
You either sit down or you go for it.
Or you go for it, and try to go for every opportunity that presents itself, because you never know. You know.
I think growing up without a mother made me a mother, and my mother is not dead. I lived with my grandmother, but my mother was in the military, and she left us there while she went to basic and stuff. She came back and got my younger siblings, but I didn't understand why you left me in the first place. So I had resentment towards her. So I always stayed with my grandmother. Even though she went off to better her life for her children, I didn't understand as a child. So I was like, I'm not going to stay with my grandma. So in my mind, all these years, I didn't understand until I got grown why my mother left, but she wasn't there. So when I hear people and they're like, oh, she's going to have kids like her mom, she's going to be, my mom, she did. She had kids early, but she went to college. My grandma pushed her through college. After college, the military. But I would hear people talk about my mama having so many kids, and it was 4 of us. And I was like, I was a late bloomer. Lost my virginity when I was 17. Like, I was like, no, he kissed me, I get pregnant. I don't want to be pregnant. I want to finish school. I want to do this. I was 25 when I had my first. And I wanted to make sure I had my own house, my own car, and my own relationship. I thought I would be married, but we were 6 years into the relationship, and I thought we were secure. 8 months after she was born, we weren't as secure as I thought we were. And I waited 6 years. I thought I was doing everything right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I was doing everything right, but it didn't end up like that. So I just wanted my children to have, if mommy tells you no, you can't have something, it's because mama don't want you to have it, not because mama don't have the money for it. But I never wanted to struggle having children, so that's why I waited so late. But they are my goal. I bought my house. You know, I own my own business, and this is all to have something to leave to my children. I don't have any family. My mama got married when she was like 42. Like, I have no family that was married with a 2-home household. Nobody's gonna leave no houses to nobody. They don't have that. No. Everybody written to you know what I'm saying? So I just didn't want that for my children. They pushed me to make sure they have something. I wanted at 16 buy a car. I ain't have no car. I did hair. I purchased me a car, but my parents didn't do that. Daddy who? He was an astronaut, an FBI agent. Anything I could make up because he wasn't there. So when somebody asked me where my daddy at, he's an astronaut. Anywhere away from here.
I think your childhood experiences too kind of they could make you or break you, but a lot of times when you're not spoon fed and you kind of have a little struggle in you, I don't know, it just make you go so much harder. Nobody even has to push you, it's just in you, just like no, I'm a go getter, I'm gonna go and get this. It really does.
I think it motivates me more when people tell me that I can't.
Don't tell me
that. When someone tells me I can't do something, like it like burns me up when people tell me because like Brittany said, I do a lot in the community, and it's just like I like to serve people. I like to see people happy. I'm really heavy in like the individual with disabilities community. But when people tell me, like I had a family member tell me that I needed to slow down and not apply for a particular position because I'm always doing something. I'm always gone somewhere. But I think the fact that the part that they forget is that I bathe my children every night. I feed them every night. I do homework every night. It's never a time that I'm not there for them. So the things that I do to make myself better. I mean, I bought a house at 25 for my 25th birthday. That was my present. And not to boast or brag, but I did that because of the things that I'm always out doing, building connections, making relationships. So that way, I don't want to have to go apply for another job. I want my next job to come to me. You can't do that without, I do have a great support system, don't get me wrong, but you can't do those things without, we say, like, you know, having a struggle to know what it is that you're working for and what you want to accomplish for your kids.
Right.
Because I want my kids to know that education is important.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I want you to know that you can go and get these things on your own. You don't have to depend on mama.
Exactly.
You don't have to depend on those little raggedy boys that they cut
Oh,
over.
exactly. They raggedy.
Yes.
They're the devil. Praise them.
Or girls that you have a son. But it's like, I want my kids to know that you already have everything you need to survive or to be successful, whatever your means of successful is.
Exactly.
You know, so I don't know, I feel like it's very important that we as mothers, you know, show our kids the way that we want them to grow, like we were saying.
Yes.
But also, you know, just be the example. Because like I said, I like to serve, so I take my daughter when we go to cook dinner at the Ronald McDonald House. So I do. I mean, we go to community events. We go, you know, we're everywhere all the time.
She's everywhere. Everywhere.
All the time. But it's not because I'm trying to get, you know, to a certain standard. It's just that I really enjoy.
That's your heart.
Yeah, I really enjoy, and that's something that I want my kids to enjoy with me. So, but I don't know. I feel like you definitely have to kind of just, you know, raise them the way that we see fit, because as best as you can.
As best as you can. Yeah.
Because what they see at home is their normal. Somebody else's normal is crazy to us, and then what you have in your household, that's going to be normal to them. So that's what they're going to, you know, model after. So
Exactly. Yeah.